a 10 by 15 shed, and they built a motorcycle. They built a motorcycle that literally changed the world. Now, what do you do here again at the museum?
Manager of Archives and Heritage Services.
So you probably look for rare motorcycles or stuff like that. There's a street glide that this guy who's been traveling all over America rides, and it's, you might need to check that one out. It's called Traveling Tall. All right, guys, it is a beautiful day today. I'm so excited. I can't wipe this grin off my face. I'm in Milwaukee. I'm at the Harley-Davidson Hometown Rally, and I'm with Paul here. And Paul's going to show me around, give me a tour of the facility here. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go. If this is not the best day ever or what, I'm telling you, this is great. This wall right here, the Harley-Davidson wall.
This is kind of an iconic view. This is the Harley-Davidson Museum on this side. And then behind us over here, this is the gift shop. Now we have bike nights here on Thursday nights in the summer, and we'll fill this place full of bikes and just have a great time here at the Harley-Davidson Museum.
That statue right there, that's the hill climbing statue, right?
Yes, that was a gift from the Davidson family to the museum.
Wow.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful sculpture in bronze. And all the Davidson family members have their thumbprints on it, and it's just a beautiful work of art that really represents the Harley-Davidson spirit. I'm looking at the statue, but there's something about it 50 feet short of the statue that's really, really catching my attention.
Oh my goodness. I need this motorcycle. This is what it looks like in black. I need this motorcycle. We are going in the HD Museum. I have to bring my family back. They're going to be mad at me, but I'm here. I got to go. So next time, they'll be coming, but you guys get to see it now. Thank you. Feels like I'm on a ride at Disney World or something. Check this out. How you doing, man? Good. How's it going?
Hi, guys.
Which way do we go? Okay. All right. You guys are going to the museum, and I'm giving you a first-person view of what goes on. Look at this place here. Hey, that's the new Revolution Max motor. That's the motor that is on the Pan America and the motor that is on the Sportster, right? Hey guys, check this out. Look at this ticket. I got a ticket here for the museum. Check this out. These stairs are a little scary because I don't like heights, but other than that, look at that. And look at this too. Check that out.
Folks, we ask you not to touch the motorcycles. Cameras are okay.
All right.
Take as many photos as you wish.
All right, thank you.
Have a good time, guys.
Okay.
All right, Paul, this is it. Early on in the company's history, the founders decided to keep select motorcycles from each year.
Okay.
So these bikes, most of them have never been owned, really in good condition, because they were kept since new. And let me show you this. This is the most interesting motorcycle. This is serial number 1. This is believed to be the oldest Harley-Davidson motorcycle in existence. When this motorcycle was taken apart, it had a number of markings inside the case and other components that were number 1.
Wow.
So the belief is this was the first bike that they built, and it was a prototype that they iterated on and built off of. It definitely had some parts that weren't, they were later than 1903.
Yeah.
So the belief it was a mule, it was a test bike. One thing we do know for sure, it's the oldest Harley-Davidson known to exist.
Is that not beautiful or what?
This down here signifies the base of the size of the shed they built it in.
Oh, wow.
10 by 15 shed.
A 10 by 15 shed. And they built a motorcycle. They built a motorcycle that literally changed the world in a little 10 by 15 shed.
The Harley-Davidson engine room.
Oh, wow.
And you can also see on the wall, you can see the earliest Harley-Davidson V-twin engine on the left of the cab cam file and the twin cam on the right, just to give you a feel for the architecture of the powertrains.
Now, do you see what, from back here, I got to do that again. From back here, it looks like that motorcycle is together. You see that? But once you start walking this way, you realize that it's not together. That you see the exhaust, you see the tank, you see the frame, you see the engine. Let me show you what I'm talking about. That is so cool.
This is the wall of engines. You can see it's really everything from single cylinder engines to V-twins to opposed twins to racing motors to our liquid cooled 60-degree V-twins to our modern big twins in Milwaukee 8. And you can listen to the different the motors. So here's a pan head. You can flip it to see both sides. You zoom in on the different components. Crown jewel of Harley-Davidson.
And then down here is old flathead 45. I wonder how much horsepower something like that made. It's one of the coolest museums I've ever been to. Hey Paul, what is that over there? Those things over there.
All right, let's take a look at it. So these are, if you think about the museum, it has to appeal to people who really know and love Harley-Davidson motorcycles, but it also has to appeal to the general public.
Okay.
So we're trying to teach some things to people. So if you think about something like this, is teaching people basically the principle, the engineering principle behind rotational mass and centrifugal force. And so if you think about when you're on a motorcycle rolling down the road, and your wheels are spinning, your crankshaft is spinning, that force actually helps you balance the motorcycle, right? It wants it to go straight. So you can feel, when you feel this without it spinning, you can feel it feels one way, but then when you turn this button on, you get a sensation of mass spinning.
Oh yeah.
Now it's much harder to turn this device, and you can see how that's the forces in action that motorcyclists we feel.
Yeah. But
the general public may not really understand unless they get a chance to experience something like this.
Wow, that's cool.
Same thing with this is basic 4-stroke, basically technology that just gives you a feel for the different strokes, the intake, the compression, the power, and the exhaust, so people can understand just basic technology. Or firing order. So here we know a 45-degree V-twin has a certain sound, a certain cadence at a certain RPM, right? You can kind of feel it. But then if you think about what, say, let's go with a 60-degree, V-twin would sound like, a different cadence, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a way to help educate people about motors and motorcycling in a way that is fun and dynamic.
Yeah, well, that's Milwaukee 8 right there.
Milwaukee 8, there's 1920 F-head. And basically when you push these buttons, it lights up, different areas of the powertrain. So here's, if I push this button, the lights go down, and the light kind of hones in on camshafts, lifters, and push rods. And it does it for both motors.
Wow.
Or if I push this button, here's the rocker arm assembly, exhaust valves, intake valves. And here, you can see it in the Milwaukee 8. And then you can push this button to look at the combustion chamber, and it lights up.
Oh, that's
Push
cool.
this button to look at the piston cylinder walls. And finally, the transmission gears and clutch assembly.
Wow.
So again, it's just helping educate. It's fascinating to people who love Harley-Davidson motorcycles, but it also helps educate people who might not know anything about motorcycles.
We're going to go to the next one here. What do you guys think about this so far? I like it. I like it a lot.
Paul, we talked about bicycles a minute ago.
Uh-huh.
So Harley-Davidson started off as a motorcycle company that built bicycles later. A lot of other companies in that era that were in motorcycling, they started off as bicycle manufacturers and they bolted motors to become motorcycle companies. But these are Harley-Davidson bicycles that were made in the late teens and early 20s.
Oh, wow.
And you can see how beautiful they are.
Yeah.
The detail, if you look at even like this sprocket, it has the H and the D logo embedded in the sprocket. It's just, there's beautiful little bicycles.
Look at
Kind of
it.
going by era here, you're still kind of in the very early eras. And then when you kind of break into this space, you start to see the color and the design pop on these motorcycles coming out of the Great Depression. The early motorcycles, just like the early cars, were very drab. They were, black, or they were gray, or they were green.
Yeah.
Well, here you can see on these motorcycles the influence of Art Deco, the first kind of tank designs that had some real beauty and art to them.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful motorcycle in the lines of the 36 EL. are still seen today in modern Harley-Davidson motorcycle design. Just a gorgeous bike.
Yes, it is. Beautiful color. They really did have some nice colors back then, didn't they?
Here's some three-wheeled vehicles. These are the Servicars. So back in the day, when a technician at an automotive dealer was going to service your car, he would ride one of these Servicars to your house. He would connect it to the bumper of your car. He would drive your car back to the dealership. He'd work on your car, service it, bring it back with the Servicar bolted to the bumper. Then he'd unhook it and drive himself back to the dealership. So one person could come and pick up your car and service it.
Wow, that's a neat story. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
That's the Servicar. And here, this particular Servicar was, you've got the paint in the back here, Stanton Motors. It's an actual, it was used by a dealership, a Dodge dealership, and it's the original paint off the vehicle.
Wow. And they made it for that reason, or just made it for anything that you use for service?
There was a lot of different uses for it, but that was one of the original uses. Year-round riding, the ability to carry equipment and tools, and they were used for a lot of different things.
Let's look at this U.S. Mail thing here.
This predates the Servicar, so this is 1916 package truck, the Model J with a package truck. Police bike.
Yeah, police
DLH,
bike.
police bike. Many of these police departments have celebrated more than 100 years of riding Harley-Davidson motorcycles in service.
Wow.
So these motor officers have been managing traffic and keeping people safe for a long time on Harley motorcycles. So when you think about Harley-Davidson's history with the military, it actually predates World War I. This is the very famous WLA.
Which one?
This bike right here, the WLA, is a really quintessential Harley-Davidson war machine.
That's like what Captain America wrote.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Look at that. Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of GIs learned to ride motorcycles on the WLA. We trained 100,000 technicians, many of them here in Milwaukee at Harley-Davidson University. And many of these, surplus vehicles after the war were, basically taken by civilians and turned into civilian motorcycles.
And guys, we have all these modern motorcycles with all this power and torque and everything else. And these guys were, look at them. Yeah. Look how they're riding that bike. So I don't think we're doing nothing compared to them.
Typical of the speed with which great American industrial plants have been converted to war is this arms factory.
That motorcycle is actually for 3 people. Because right here you can sit there, and then there's a seat on the back. So I guess that's a seat under that helmet, yeah. So that's crazy. 1942.
And this was actually two-wheel drive, so both wheels back here drove. Here you go. Here's some great footage.
One of the toughest, most grueling courses in the service. After 6 weeks of basic instruction, they send them on cross-country trips like this. A terrific test for men and machines.
Wow. Hey! What's going on? So this is the board track exhibit, and basically these tracks were built long ovals with high banks made of lumber. And imagine, the banking and these guys racing full out of these really crazy tracks and crazy speeds. And imagine the people of the era seeing these motorcycles going over 100 miles an hour side by side, racing into these corners.
And guys,
it was quite a spectacle.
Look at this. First of all, let me show you the bike. There's the bike there. And look at this. I don't think I would be up real high like these guys were riding that.
A display here of these different motorcycle clubs.
Okay.
Everything from, you get the DC Ramblers and the Milwaukee Civic Riders, the Nighthawks. Just to give an example of the culture of motorcycle clubs.
Yeah, the clothes have came a long way since then.
Yeah, right? Here's some hill climbers on the wall, as well as a cinder track racer. And this is an off-road enduro bike. It's basically a jack pine racer with a sidecar. Joe Petralli's 36 EL. This motorcycle, this is Daytona Beach. So this motorcycle did 136 miles an hour, over 136 miles an hour in 1936 at Daytona Beach.
How many levels does this museum have?
There's 2 main levels, and I'm going to take you to a 3rd level that's just kind of a quick look at behind the scenes. There's the tank wall.
Look at that, guys.
Illustrating all these tank graphics that date back into the 30s. Beautiful.
Yeah. I like that. I was going to say, I was about to start pointing out the ones I like, but that's a waste of time. I like them all.
Perfect.
So this is a display. We're actually walking over the courtyard between the buildings here.
Oh, where we were earlier today.
Yep. And behind these exhibits are windows, but this is a temporary exhibit that's basically the architecture of Juneau Avenue, the factory headquarters.
Oh, yeah?
So it just shows different architects' drawings and photos from the era. I always thought this is interesting. You see these horse-drawn, basically wagons pulling the assembled motorcycles out of the courtyard of Juneau Avenue where the factory was.
Wow. How you doing?
Education from him.
Come on.
You can allow us to follow you?
This is the motorcycle archives up here.
Oh, wow, nice. Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry, are you working
Sorry, this
here?
doesn't go down. The elevator right across the way goes down. Basically, the collection of motorcycles that aren't on display at the museum. So this is a collection of over 300 motorcycles that are part of the display, and sometimes they get rotated and shown in different parts of the museum. But for now, they're stored here. And these racks can move. The person who works here can pull up a forklift and remove any one of these motorcycles he can get to at any given time.
Wow.
There's also motorcycles here that we've never produced. So these two trikes,
Yeah.
they were called Project Penster, a 2-1 trike versus a 1-2, and they had electronic steering that leaned in the corners. We just didn't happen to produce them. We kept those prototypes, and you can just kind of get a good look at what they look like.
Wow. I think they look very nice. They do. You have a motorcycle?
No, we don't.
No.
Oh, okay. You just.
I tried one time.
You tried it one time?
Yeah?
Yeah, my friend, very good friend is a motorcycle.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
American friend.
Took you on a ride?
Yeah. And then first time get very nervous, and
yeah.
when you go through, you're sensational. I'm good. I'm proud of myself.
Yes.
Whole world cheer for me. That feeling, isn't it?
Yes, yes it is.
Doesn't matter which round, which state, what kind of people are around.
Yes.
You just feel like
Completely
very
agree.
much confident about yourself.
Yeah.
I like that.
Cylinder engine that we first started with, right? The V-twin is more powerful than a single cylinder.
Okay.
So as customers
Oh,
wanted
I got it.
Oh, thank you.
we developed a V-twin engine. And
Go ahead.
that design,
Thank you, ma'am.
45-degree V-angle has been a Harley-Davidson signature. Go ahead and hit number 2, guys, if you want to hit 2 of them.
Okay.
Has become a signature architecture for Harley-Davidson.
So, okay, what is the power it feels compared to the single engine?
Oh, yeah.
The V engine versus the
Yeah,
single
V engine is basically twice the power. If you think about displacement-wise, if you have 2 cylinders and 2 pistons running.
What is the
Well, the
speed?
sky is the limit. Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Dr. Linda Lee.
Oh, nice to meet you. My
Nice to
name's
meet
Charles.
you.
What's your name?
I'm Dr. Ling Ling Pan, but I'm an engineer doctor.
Okay.
He's a medical doctor.
Nice to meet you. And what's your name?
Doctor.
Run Chenjo.
Nice
He's
to
an
meet you.
aerospace doctor.
Y'all check out my YouTube channel.
Oh.
YouTube channel, Traveling Tall.
Traveling
Tall.
Traveling
Yeah,
Tall.
Traveling Tall. So
I can remember now.
you'll see this on there, and you'll see our little tour that we just did.
Okay.
But y'all have
We
a
give you what's your name?
My name is Paul James.
So she has our wine.
y'all have a good day. Thank you.
Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
Traveling Tall on YouTube.
Okay, show.
Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you.
These are single-cylinder motorcycles.
Single cylinder
My
motor.
dad actually had one. His first motorcycle was a 48 Model S that he rode to high school.
Oh wow. So they've had single cylinders. They had V-twin. I mean, they have V-twin now. I don't think they make a single cylinder. The last one was like.
The Buell Blast was the last
Yeah.
cylinder we made. The 54KH and then the 1957 Sportster. So if you think about Sportster and the new Sportster S, this lineage of Sportster dates all the way back to 1957. Here you've got some other things that Harley-Davidson made, from scooters. This was Aramaki Sprint. This boat that was made by a company called Tomahawk Manufacturing. That's where we still own a factory there that makes bodywork for our motorcycles in Tomahawk, Wisconsin. Started off as a boat manufacturer.
Wow.
Golf carts. Here's a mini bike that was very popular in the 70s. Those mini bikes were the craze, and this is the Harley-Davidson Shortster.
The Short-
Four-stroke single, yep. Snowmobile.
Oh, I bet a lot of people would like to have that.
Oh, man.
That would be a nice jacket with that design on it.
So this was a liquid-cooled program from Harley-Davidson in the early 80s, and it would have been a liquid-cooled V4 that would have predated the Honda liquid-cooled V4. It was a modular motor. It was going to be a V-twin, a V4, and a V6, but it was never put into production.
Wow. Liquid cool, huh?
Fairing basically was developed for this motorcycle, but never put into production. But this fairing was used in the FXRT.
FXRT, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Now, do you think that will ever come back? Because a lot of people was at the bike event running that style of fairing. Do you think Harley will ever make a bike with this type of fairing anymore?
Never know. Never know.
I thought I could get something out of it, but he said never know.
I can't talk about future stuff. This is the 100th anniversary motorcycle that every employee who worked for Harley-Davidson basically in 2003 signed this motorcycle. So all the employee signatures are from that era, from the 100th anniversary. This motorcycle tells a very sad story. This motorcycle was in Japan when the tsunami hit. It was in a person's backyard. It was their personal motorcycle.
Yeah.
And it was in a storage container that was insulated, so it had some buoyancy. It washed out to sea and basically floated across the ocean from when the tsunami hit Japan in 2011, in March of 2011, and then landed in British Columbia almost a full year later, in April of 2012. And a beachcomber found it, and he recognized immediately what it was. He knew because of the markings on the trailer, the license plate, the motorcycle, it had come from Japan. And it had come from the tsunami, which was devastating. It destructed so many people's lives. But you know, he found it. He contacted his local dealer, who contacted us, and we contacted Harley-Davidson Japan and found the owner. The owner had survived.
Oh, good.
But he'd lost everything. He lost his home. He lost family members. And our initial thought was maybe we could restore the motorcycle and bring it back to him as some way to help him recover. And ultimately, he didn't want that, but he wanted his motorcycle to be on display at the Harley-Davidson Museum, and so here it is. It's a symbol of tragedy, but it's also a symbol of rebirth and a symbol of something that's, you know, larger than all of us in terms of the spirit of Harley-Davidson.
Yeah. And this looks like a night train. Is that a night?
That is correct.
Yeah. My brother used to have a night train, an 06 night train. But this might not be an 06 night train. But yeah. Oh, you see the license plate on the back.
2004 night train.
2004 night train. There, guys. Awesome story. Look at this wall here.
This wall tells stories of customers, right?
Yeah.
Think about all these different Harley-Davidson owners for all these years. And we have little video snippets of different people talking about their Harleys and how much they love them and what it's meant to them. And they just represent, you know, the entirety of all the people who own Harleys and love them.
Guys, maybe one day I'll make it up on this wall here. Right over there is it's an off-road Harley-Davidson, 1975 Baja 500. Having off-road Harley-Davidsons isn't new. The Pan America is new, but off-road Harley-Davidsons has been around for a while. That's Evel Knievel's bike way up there. When he tried to jump, replica of it. He tried to jump the Grand Canyon, right, or something like that, or the Colorado Snake River, or
something. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, and that's a hill climbing bike right there. And this is a Buell. Guys, I used to like Buells. Buells are really nice. I still like them. And then you have a drag bike here. Now, ma'am, you said something earlier. Oh, your daughter said how fast. That's a fast bike, I can tell you that.
Oh, what's the name of this?
I don't know.
It's a double-engine dragster.
Oh, listen, right here?
Over 175 miles an hour in 8 seconds. 0 to 175 in 8 seconds. That's
8 seconds. Now, that's fast.
How can they control the safety?
That big old tire on the back, you just got to put it where you want to go straight and hold on. That's basically what you're doing.
Your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys, so my dad's friend had a bike that had lights all over it. So I grew up with Harley-Davidsons with lights all over the place, right? So this one right here is a little bit, you know.
Rhinestone Harley.
But look at all these lights.
Some good rearward visibility there.
Yeah. Wow. He has everything.
Russ and Peg's Rhinestone Harley. It's 1973 FLH. You can see some of the work that they did to make it look what it looks like. They spent obviously hours and hours and hours customizing it. This is my favorite of the crazy bikes that are here. This is King Kong, twin engine, 1941.
Yeah, that's neat.
Felix, the guy who made this motorcycle. That was his outfit. If you think about his crazy outfits. Felix Prodeco. What I love about this exhibit, it shows him, his personality, shows his creation. This is one of the fat boys that was filmed in the original Terminator 2 movie, and Arnold Schwarzenegger wrote it as the Terminator, of course.
Yeah.
Very famous Hollywood fat boy motorcycle. Famous bikes in the collection.
Guys, I'm from Tennessee, so you know, and I have a Road King named Memphis.
And
so
this is the first Harley-Davidson owned by Elvis. It's a 1956 KH. What I love about this exhibit, in his application for a loan here, he lists his job occupation as vocalist, self-employed.
Elvis's bike here.
Time goes on. I'm going to see some motorcycles from the 60s and 70s. Here's the quintessential XR 750. XL CR.
That's neat.
That's a cool bike, a cafe racer. XR 1000. And then, as I mentioned, there's a temporary exhibit here. This happens to be the off-road exhibit.
Okay.
So you talked earlier about Harley-Davidson's off-road heritage. So here's some motorcycles that demonstrate Harley-Davidson's off-road heritage, from a 64 Scat to a 1914 Model 10 that this gentleman Hamilton Lang rode around the world, to here's a live wire that Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman rode 2 live wires equipped with off-road components from the Pan America up from South America, from the tip of South America up to Los Angeles. Wow. That was for the TV show Long Way Up.
Wow. Look at this. Prepared by Fort Lauderdale here. What's that?
So this was a race bike in the Trans-Amazon Rally. So this motorcycle was an FXRP, so it was a police bike that was modified for off-road use. They had to go 9,000 miles in 25 days to the Amazon.
Wow.
Here, of course, is Pan America.
Yes.
But predating that, here's 1958 XLCH Sportster. So the CH stood for competition hot. This is basically an enduro bike.
Guys, I have to say this real fast. Everybody always says Harley-Davidson's getting into a new space. Okay, I may have said that in a video a long time ago too, but they've been around in off-road stuff for a long, long time. And you can see that. Don't take my word for it. Look, there's a video there. So, it's nothing new. And when they stepped out to make this Pan America, a lot of people were kind of like, I don't know. But after riding it, everybody that I know that has ridden this motorcycle loves this motorcycle. So, if you haven't ridden one, you need to go check one out.
So we're basically at the end. So this is the end of the exhibit, and then in here we've got some of the bikes that are currently for sale.
Yeah.
So the basic
Revival.
model year 21s. So your Revival. Here's a Pan America, a Street Bob, Sportster S, and this is a chance for people to sit on these motorcycles and just get a feel for them.
I still like this Revival, guys. That reminds me of my dad's motorcycle. Got a picture of my sister sitting on it. Yeah, that's a nice motorcycle. And I can't wait to see, since they're bringing some of these old color schemes back, and, well, not color schemes, bikes back like that. Hopefully, I don't know, I'd love to see what they come out with next, because this is not the last one, right?
No, this is usually the first of an icon model, and there'll be other icon models to come.
And the next one is?
I can't tell you that.
You know I was going to try. Oh, but the next one, it is, it's at the tip of my tongue. What did you say it was? He didn't fall for that one either. All right.
My first rodeo song.
All right, he didn't fall for that. And look at this beautiful trike over there. Yeah, that looks nice. And the new Sportster. That's a good looking bike. Well, guys, that's the exit right there. Now, what do you do here again at the museum?
Manager of Archives and Heritage Services.
So you probably look for rare motorcycles or stuff like that. All right, guys, let me tell Bill this. There's a street glide that this guy who's been traveling all over America rides, and it's, you might need to check that one out. It's called Traveling Tall.
Oh, I see. That's how that works.
I think I need to get my motorcycle in here at the museum.
Well, we never say no. We're always changing stuff up all the time, you know. Can't keep the same stuff all the time.
Okay, maybe one day I'll have my motorcycle here. All All right, how you doing, man?
I see you on YouTube.
How you doing? You all right?
Doing good.
Good. Good. What's your name?
Tito.
Tito. Nice to meet you, Tito. You having a good time?
Great time.
All right. What's your name?
Clarabelle.
Clarabelle. And what's your name? Papo. All right. So you don't watch the channel, do you? I can tell he's like, I don't have a clue who this guy is.
I'll just smile.
Okay. Well, y'all going to be on the next Traveling Tall video. So y'all enjoy yourself here. What do you ride?
I'm riding a 2018 Street Glide Special.
Street Glide, that's what I'm talking about. Where you ride?
04 Road King.
Road King, that's what I'm talking about. Where you ride?
I'll ride with him.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Good seeing you.
Great videos.
Thank you. You have a good day.
I just want to show you the hill climber. Because I think this thing's so cool.
Look at that.
An artist named Jeff Decker created it. It's just beautiful, especially when you get to see it up close and personal. It's just gorgeous.
Okay,
gorgeous.
guys, I got to get a picture.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys, so they have a gift shop here that has clothes that I can't get at the regular Harley-Davidson dealership. How you doing, man?
Dude, man.
What's your name?
Manny Garcia, man.
Nice to meet
I
you,
watch your videos, bro.
Where you riding, Manny?
Minnesota, Illinois.
No, what do you ride?
Oh, 2019 Road Glide Special,
All right.
140.
All right.
162, 160.
Oh, you make, okay.
So I'm waiting for get into North Carolina,
No, I'm Tennessee.
and maybe take a ride with you, man.
Hey, that's a strong road glide he has there.
Yeah. It's a bad baby, man.
All right. Well, thanks for watching,
Nice to
man.
meet you, bro. Take care.
You have a good day. All right, guys. So we have stuff. Thank you. We have stuff in this shop that you can't get anywhere else. I just need to, you know what? I need to leave right now because I want that, and I haven't even made it 2 steps in. Yeah. Look at this. This is what I wanted. Check that out. Man, I want this. Okay. Look at that. Oh man, I'm trying. I'm trying. I want that shirt though. I know I'm gonna regret it if I get home to Knoxville and I don't have that shirt. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Y'all have a lot of nice clothes here. Now let me ask you a question. First of all, I'm not gonna just put the camera on you, but my question is, if I don't buy it now, can I buy it on a website or something?
A lot of our stuff is available on Harley-Davidson.com.
I haven't seen some of this stuff.
Some of it is, some of it isn't when it comes to original.
So basically, I need to get it now. That one here. Man. I don't have time to eat, but I'm going to look at the menu of the Harley-Davidson restaurant here. Come on out, you're fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, this is the Harley-Davidson restaurant. Look at that.
Burgers are good, salads are good.
Next time I come, I'll have to get a hamburger. All right, I'll see you guys.
Take care.
Look at this.
Look at this. There's always a bike show at the Harley Museum.
Oh, yeah.
Always a bike show. This, I don't know. There's a little guy up there. Check out the little dude. And a little dude up top.
What in the world?
Yes.
Well, it's creative.
It's pretty cool.
Yes, it is. Here's the shed, remember? Remember I told you about the 10 by 15 shed? Well, here it is, right over here. Check this out. That is the Harley-Davidson shed, where they built that first Harley-Davidson. That's crazy, huh? Yeah.
Where everything started, right here.
And that little bitty shed, too, yeah. So we have no excuse. We have more than they have. So what's your excuse? Start something, right? How you doing, man?
Very well, sir. How are you tonight?
Good.
Watch all your videos, man. They're awesome.
Oh, yeah? Did you go to Sturgis? You got Deadwood shirt on.
Yes, sir. I did go to Sturgis.
What's your name?
Jordan, sir.
Jordan, what do you ride?
2020 Street Glide.
All right, another street glide rider. All right, awesome, man. Awesome.
Stayed in Spearfish Canyon.
All
Can I
right.
get a picture with you?
Yeah, sure. So let me show you this. That's where it started. Well, that's not where it started, but that's the size right there. Check that out. The shed. First home, 10 by 15. Look at this. Check that out. We got to go here and see. Looking in. Wow. That's it, guys. That's cool. Oh, are we going to be able to do it?
Was that no drink? No, not anymore.
I ran into another viewer.
How are you, man?
I'm good.
Chicago.
Chicago, okay. What do you ride?
I got a road glide.
Road glide,
Yeah,
okay. All right.
That's my partner right there, Rodney, man.
Rodney, nice to meet you, Rodney.
Man, nice to meet you.
Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.
Take
Y'all
care,
have a good time here.
man. Yep.
All right, I'll see you.
Good to see you in Milwaukee.
All right, man. What's your name?
Bob.
Bob, nice to meet you, Bob. How you doing? What's your name?
Carrie.
Carrie, nice to meet you. What do you ride?
Street Glide 2020.
That's what I'm talking about. What do you ride?
She rides on the back right
Well,
now.
that's still what I'm talking about. All right. Y'all having a good time?
I like your debate between the Street Glide and Road Glide.
I got to give the road glide people a hard time.
I know. Road Glide.
He rides one.
Hey, I went back and forth. We were just looking. I'm like, that could be the next bike. I don't know.
Thanks for stopping in. Stopping and saying hello.
It's good to see you. We saw you last night. It's a birthday. Get a chance to say hi.
Okay. All right. You have a good day. See you. Wingman.
Yep.
Wingman, what do you ride?
I ride a 2021 Road Glide. Special.
Road glide. With a name like Wingman, you need to ride a Batwing fairing bike.
I just got off a Batwing fairing bike. I had it since 2008. Like straight up. But
and you went to the Road Glide.
They just called me in when I seen it. They went back to Black and Chrome. I had to have it.
Okay. Hey, man, thanks for watching, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You have a good day. All right. So, I'm going to get back. I got to go, guys. So, I had a good time. That's the Harley-Davidson Hometown Rally thing. It has been an awesome time here in Milwaukee. Milwaukee, as a community, as a city, I love Milwaukee, guys. I've never been, so I want to come back, even if it's not the rally, just come back and check everything out. All right, guys, I'm going to end this video here. See you.
Okay, guys, so that's it. It was a great day. I had an awesome time at the museum. I want to thank Paul James for showing me around. Paul, I really appreciate it. Thank you for your hospitality. I want to thank everybody from Harley-Davidson for making an awesome time, and all the viewers and subscribers that stopped and said hello. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more like it, please subscribe. Comment and let me know what your favorite part of the museum tour was. Again, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment. Keep gliding, and as always, have a blessed day.